Ballinasloe is a beautiful place to live. When I was growing up, we had a dairy herd. We had about 40 odd cows, but animal disease became a major problem at the time that the quotas came out in about 83, and we had to depopulate the entire herd, which led to serious financial difficulties. I think my dad had enough of farming for his lifetime, and he decided to take it easy. So he divided the farm among my brother and myself. I have 50 acres, half of which is reclaimed and half in the process of reclamation at the moment. Well, I started off, I had in my mind to increase my ewe flock. I have now approximately 260 ewes. I started with about 70. We had a very small quota when the cows went. You know, something like, when the quota was split, it would be something like 7,000 gallons, you know, which means in today's standards of farming, there's only 7 cows, you know. So it wasn't worthwhile to even think about, you know, getting into dairy and waiting for a quota to come along. I had experience of sheep. I lambed for 2 seasons on a large sheep farm and developed a lot of knowledge. They say you have to do the thing to get experience. It was the best thing to do, to go and lamb on a farm. And so I didn't find it a problem at all when I had to lamb the little flock I had. It just could fit in beside the door, you know. Lately, there has been good grants from the EC for farmers who wish to take advantage of the money to develop either their land or put up buildings. So I made a plan to develop the hill, get the hill into production, to build a shed to house the ewes, because I have no house for the ewes. We used to house them in old buildings around the yard, and it was not suitable for sheep. The wall would be about 6 foot around there. We'll have 3 doors. We put Yorkshire Latin on the side.
Yeah. And a sliding door here as well.
No, we'll have 3. It'll be 7 foot wide. That'll be 3 doors, 21 foot off that front wall. So the new shed now means that I can bring in the ewes, lamb them in, feed them in for the winter, lamb them, and they can go out then in the spring, and at least you have some chance of having, you know, a bit of extra grass. My first priority was to make a living on the farm. You know, at the time I took it over, like, there was no income really from it, and I had to build it up to have an income off it. So, you know, I decided, like, to look after the farm first. And I think then, you know, when you have an income off the farm, then you can develop and, you know, improve the house. You know, it's a long time to wait, but I think it's worth waiting for anyway. The first time I rang the bank manager, I wanted to make an appointment, you know, for the famous loan for the shed. His first remark to me was, when I give my name, address and so on, he says, yeah, Vincent's sister, he said. You know, and I said, well, you know, I'm not here to talk about Vincent or being his sister. I said, I want to see you, know, and it's about me, you know, but it was just, you know, that's probably just a reaction.
Well, how are things going?
It's just over now at the moment, so we're trying to get back to normal again.
Your time is your own again, almost.
That's it, yeah, that's it.
And is the shed finished?
We didn't actually get the shed finished, unfortunately, not for the lamb, so we've a lot of work to do. I find no problems with him now, like, you know, the only problem is paying him all this interest on the money he's charging me. I'm just a customer now, you know, like anybody else, and, you know, he treats me just the same. There's no difference, I don't think. I do all the housework, from shopping, cooking, cleaning, making meals, you know, all the housework. I'm not very good at housework. I don't like it very much because it's terrible to have to come in on a sunny day and do a pile of washing. I'd rather be doing something outside, you know, something around the farm, but it has to be done. I think people, you know, some people don't seriously believe that you are a farmer in your own right. You know, especially being a girl. It wasn't like I want some walls now for the shed, and I've often rang people, you know, get a price on it. And the man knocks on the door. Hello, could I speak to the boss, please? You know, and I'd say to him, like, I'd get a great thrill because I'm standing there, you know, big boss. I look all right, but I'd say, you're looking at him, you know, and he'd say, oh, you know, you could see them really not believing me. I think people don't really take you seriously until they see that, you know, you are quite serious about what you do. My mother died when I was 8. But it had been a big effect on me. It meant that, you know, I became more involved in, we'll say, the farming end of it, and also in the house.
Yeah, okay.
I'll probably get that fertiliser spread this evening.
Yeah, right. And we'll have to bring down the mare tomorrow.
But I was very lucky to have my auntie, you know, in the house with us, in the home. So I think it's my turn now to look after both my dad and my auntie. Before I started to reclaim the hill, it was nothing, only bushes, absolute bushes and big rocks here and there, and it was of no advantage whatsoever. If I can get that into grass and into production, it would be absolutely fantastic. It means I have double the amount of land I have, almost. I know it's 25 acres, but it would mean an awful lot to me. It means I can actually move the ewes up to the hill part in the summertime and actually be able to maybe grow a bit of hay from the bottom fields. You know, something which I can't really do because I am heavily stocked. I can never grow the feed on my fields. So I usually have to buy feeding for the ewes for the winter. That would be of huge benefit to me if I can get grass onto that hill this summer. I love to get out into town and take over the shops and try on something new, a new outfit or something. Sometimes, you know, you'd see something in the window and it'd be absolutely an outrageous price. You definitely wouldn't tell anybody how much it was because, you know, they think you were mad. But I think if I saw something and it really caught my eye,
Oh, that's really nice.
I'd have to get it. That's it. I just have to get it.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't know.
I just feel funny and so on, you know.
I don't know. What do you think?
No, I like it. I really do.
Yeah, I don't think it's me somehow or other, you know. You know, it's lovely to get something special. You know, just because you're up here on the farm and, you know, doesn't mean that I don't think about clothes the same as any other girl. I attended an ACOT course in Tinahely. It was in the 70s. And, you know, I found it very interesting. I got a lot of knowledge. I also done a management module course in Multifarnham Agricultural College. But, you know, farming today is a business, and you have to approach it in a business-like way, or you're left behind.